Daniel and Kiana, you have the mic.
Okay, hold on. Oh, am I sharing my video? I guess I'm not.
Not yet.
So for having me.
I'm gonna log on out, so if you still see mine, it will go over to hers, hopefully.
Okay, yeah, so I'm
All
going
right.
to share my presentation over here. I think this will transfer.
There you go.
See my presentation now?
Yes, we do.
All right, so today I think I'm the last presenter, I believe, so I'm gonna just shuffle things a little bit and not get so technical and go a little bit more broad about how this whole investing thing works for us, you know, like Anka, like Tony, like all the great presenters that we had today. And so I put together this presentation. I'm super excited that you guys are still hanging out. It's a Saturday. I know that you might be a little bit, well, we'll see, but this is going to be fun. So today we're going to show you how to make your money work for you, how this thing works without being a math whiz, even if you have just a tiny initial investment, and without being stuck to your screen all day. Because you guys, I'll tell you what, I'm a mother. Like, I really don't have time to be stuck to my screen all day. And I want to know how many of you guys are busy parents or busy just in general. You don't have the time to be stuck to your screen and would rather that your money be working for you in the back, you know, like see over here and over here. And you just chilling and reading and doing whatever that you want to do. So that is what we are going to show you today so that you can spend more time with your family on a Saturday and on a Sunday. I just came back from the beach, by the way, so I missed the first half of this presentation. But yeah, if you stay until the end, I will give you the presentation, but I know that this is going to be recorded. So who's Kiana? I'm going to be fast on this. You probably see me on TV. I talk about stuff. I've written a bunch of books. Most recent one is Cryptocurrency Investing for Dummies. Also, I've written Ichimoku Secrets because Ichimoku is my go-to book. You can find them on Amazon, on your local library. I've won a bunch of awards. People have said good things about me. Forbes has said good things. Oh, and this is, oh my God, this is Melissa. She joined Investiva 7 years ago. Single mom, no prior financial education, and she is now rocking it, you guys. She has become financially independent as a single mom. And she says, Kiana's helped me become financially independent as a single mom. This is Misty, another one of our gorgeous, gorgeous members. So she just sends me emails like literally every day. But so she says, your wisdom, energy, awesome sense of humor, and more makes it doing this my fellow pigs so special. I'm going to tell you what a pig is in a little bit. So let me actually tell you how this thing just got all started. So let me way back up. This is me. I was born and raised in Iran to a Jewish family during the Iran-Iraq war. And my dad was this very successful CEO after the Iranian Revolution. How many of you guys have heard of that? So he lost everything. So I grew up in poverty and then ended up in Japan to study electrical engineering. All of my classmates were guys. This is me. And I didn't understand nothing, like literally nothing. I sucked at everything. It was just horrible. And then came 2008. How many of you guys remember what happened in 2008? Well, on a personal level, yeah, my boyfriend cheated on me. But on a global scale, we had this massive market crash where banks were going under and everybody was just losing money. And I didn't understand what's happening. All I could hear was that I was in Japan, right? All I could hear was that the US dollar is getting cheaper versus Japanese yen. And I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, maybe I should buy US dollar like at sale. Like, that is literally how my brain was working. I had never ever traded in my whole life. I was talking about it out of nowhere. And one of my friends was like, yeah, you can like do that. You can go, and like she was talking about leverage. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, she's like, yeah, you go on an online broker. I'm like, what's an online broker? Anyway, so she hooked me up. And in August 2008, I transferred some money. And within a month, I made $10,000 in a crashing market. So that was my first ever trade. And yeah, of course, can you guys imagine how I felt like doing nothing and just making $10,000? And obviously, I couldn't imagine what just happened. And I was super excited. And I was like, I don't want to be an engineer anymore. I want to get into finance. So obviously now you guys are going to say, hey, Kiana, you probably took way too much risk and just got lucky. And that is true. I did take way too much risk for somebody who did not know what she was doing. And I didn't have the money. I couldn't afford the loss, but well, I did get lucky. But I am going to show you that now, 11 years later, these are a few numbers. These are my average on my different broker accounts. So this is my interactive brokers. I make an average $12,000. These are the amount that I'm making now intentionally and consistently on the money that I can afford to lose, right? So interactive brokers is a larger account. So my average about 12K per month. My Robinhood is a little bit smaller. My average about 3K per month. Coinbase is crypto. It's a little bit riskier, of course, and now the rewards are higher. So it's about 14K per month. And Binance, this is also crypto, so it gives me a good average amount back. And these are the stuff that I actually have been able to consistently produce. And I am going to show you my simple investment portfolio that makes me $12,673 per month, even while I'm at maternity leave. This is me 2 years ago when I had my daughter, and I went off, but my money was still working for me as I was taking care of my newborn. And of course, I have to, this is my cartoon lawyer. She made me tell you that you are not going to make 12K per month just by watching this presentation. I can promise you that. So let's go back to the story. I didn't know anything about investing, right? So how did this happen? Of course, I had doubts. It was like, okay, I got lucky. I made a bunch of money, but I suck at math. I've never traded. What should I, but investing is cool. What can I do? And as any person who has doubted themselves would do, I decided to leave it to the pro. And this was a money manager in Japan. And they took my money, they locked it up, and they charged me a bunch of commission fees. And it was locked actually there up until, well, I'll tell you what happened next to that money. But then I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I really want to start investing. Where do I go? How do I do it? So I decided to go to Wall Street and started working there. And that is where I learned about the back end, what is happening in the back end. And what is happening with the money managers. I learned that mutual funds underperform the market average by 86%. You guys, that is massive, all right? That is like crazy, isn't it? Over any 10-year period, 96% of mutual funds will not even match the market. So it's like, what am I doing? What is happening? So I finally, actually recently, got the nerves to pull out that money out of that money manager after all the penalties that I had to pay. Out of $100,000 of accumulated money, I got only $15,000 back, which is crazy, but I'm still happy to take it out because I can invest that money way better than these people, right? So that got me on fire, and I decided to go solo, and I am going to show you the easy way on how I make my money work for me. So I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you guys are busy parents who just want to travel more while your money works for you? Just put your hands high in the sky. Raise your hands, and I am going to show you the 3 secrets. Secret number 1 is why being a math whiz doesn't help with investing, really. A lot of people think that they have to understand mathematics in order to invest. But the matter of the fact is that, and actually Boris can vouch me on this one, most engineers actually fail miserably in investing, and I'll show you why. Secret number 2 is that how to start with only a small initial investment, and how I literally started with $500. Secret number 3 is the 1 hour per week part-time job you can do while your kids nap or instead of watching Netflix. So secret number 1 is why being a math whiz doesn't help with investing. Now, I get this question a lot. They're like, Kiana, this is so exciting, but like I've been training for a while. I just don't get it. This is just so, my brain is going crazy. And let me show you a real life story. This is my husband, Matt. He's an actual rocket scientist, you guys. So he works for this massive, this is the helicopter he designed. The Sikorsky X2 is the world's fastest helicopter. Genius, right? However, you would be interested to know that by 30, my net worth was bigger than my husband's. So he is definitely very good with numbers, but by 30, he was not budgeting. He was not doing, obviously, he was not investing. He was actually, let me tell you this, he was actually in debt. And then he did start investing. And you know what happened? Because he thinks he's not going to appreciate I'm sharing this, but he thinks he's the smartest, right? And when he gets to the markets, he thinks that he takes every loss way too personally. He takes every win way too personally. And he just cannot handle the wins and losses. And you know what that leads to? That leads to him becoming very emotional when he wins. He's like, I'm the king of the world. I'm at this. This is me. This is me. This is me. When the markets go against him, he just cannot sit. He has to recover immediately, right? And that leads to making bad investment decisions. How many of you guys have heard of a very smart person who got into trading just to blow out all of their account? I have heard this story so many times. I mean, people come to me like, Kiana, I blew out my money. I wish I had known you sooner. It's just, it happens all the time. And the thing is, the person is actually super smart, but they get emotional over their trades. And I'm actually going to quote Boris, who just made a presentation here before. He says that the markets aren't about math, but they're about understanding stories and psychologies. How many guys can follow stories? I love you, right? So, and that is why now my husband is a senior executive, and over half of his $1 million income is through an investment account that I manage, doing zero math even while I'm on maternity leave. And here's a ad I wanted to play for you, but we don't have time. Or maybe I will. Yeah, this is a this is an E-Trade ad. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it just shows this super goofy guy who just bought a boat, and it's obviously as a result of investing. So this doesn't need to be hard, you guys. So let me give you some examples. Netflix. How many guys have Netflix? Raise your hands. How many guys know of someone who has Netflix, right? So back in the day, let's say that you were watching Netflix, right? And you thought to yourself, hey, this is cool. How about I have Netflix, a lot of my friends have Netflix. What if I buy a bunch of Netflix stocks instead of just watching it? And you did what I did, which is you bought 1,000 shares of Netflix at $14 while binge watching Netflix, no math needed. And guess what? In just 18 short months, I made $382,000 pure profit. Another example, Chipotle. How many guys have at least been to Chipotle once or have tried it or you love it? I love Chipotle. So Chipotle, back in 2017, they closed down all the restaurants because they made people sick with a disease. And its stock prices just crashed like there is no tomorrow. Now, this again didn't need any mathematical calculations, but just a tiny bit of common sense. And knowing that a company as big and as popular as Chipotle normally uses such negative publicity just to make a huge comeback. And that is exactly what happened. I bought only 37 shares of Chipotle when it dropped to the bottom, and only 15 months later, the stock price was above and beyond where it was before the crash, which means I made $30,200 of pure profit in just over a year. Now, the interesting thing is that neither Chipotle or Netflix were on my top 12 best performing list. So we have this PIG, Premium Investing Group, that I'm going to tell you about later. But those assets actually performed way better in that time period. So you can imagine how much money we made over the good stuff. Now you're going to say, Kiana, look at the time. This is so cool. But what if there is a recession? And of course, that is true too. The economy isn't always great. There is a cycle that, to the business cycle, that the economy goes up and down every 6 to 10 years. Now let's just take the stock market. I'm going to talk about crypto in a little bit as well. But let's take a look at the economic crash of 2008. This is the first time that I made money, right? And this was the all-time high at the time, you guys. The markets crashed for a year. And if people hadn't panicked, even those who are super good with math, right? If they hadn't panicked and they have just held on to their positions, by 2011, they would have been almost the way the place and the price of the market was back before. And after that, in just a little bit more, how many years is that? Just count it. I'm not good at math, as you can tell. But it has recovered triple, right, since then. So this is what happens. And real estate is a very interesting example. It actually doesn't do as well as the stock market. And crypto, I don't have a chart here, but crypto is interesting because it actually is inversely correlated to the stock market. So there is always a chance to get and prosper in the markets. And of course, when the markets are down, every trader knows that it's the best time to buy. You want to buy at a sale, right? You want to hedge. And that is basically what the markets are so deep. So you have so much exposure that you can use that into your advantage, right? When the bikinis are on sale, would you rather buy bikini right now as we're entering winter when everything's on sale, or at the beginning of the season where everything is at this higher price? Of course, no math needed. Every common sense would say that you want to buy it at sale, right? So this brings us to secret number 2. And this is that, okay, Kiana, of course you can do this because you have a ton of money. Of course your investment is giving you a lot of return because you have Investiva. Investiva is very profitable. And that's true, but I'm going to show you how I started literally with $500. So I told you a little bit about my time on Wall Street. I actually got fired from my first job. And back then, I didn't have any money. I had just a tiny bit of amount. And that's when I started one of my personal investment accounts. And I put in only $500. And over 3 years, as I invested and reinvested, I grew that investment account starting with $500, then contributing $500 every month to it. At a moderate risk tolerance, I grew that to $53,000 almost or above in just 3 short years. This is not rocket science. This is just called time value of money. And you cannot wait to have a lot of money to start investing, right? You need to start now. Your mindset needs to be, instead of, buying an Apple phone, owning that Apple phone, your mindset needs to be, instead of just talking, crap about Bitcoin, actually going and buying Bitcoin. And rule number 1 is that percentage of your income every month needs to go to your investment account and compound it every single month automatically, so that you just grow that account. How many of you guys can set $500 aside every month? How about $100? How about $25? I know that there are a ton of stuff in your house that you never use, that you're spending money on, that you can cut down in order to put towards your investment accounts every single month. Now I'm going to show you that my simple portfolio that has made me over $12,000 per month by putting my money into work. And I started that account with a tiny $500. So that is the account that I'm talking about. It's my interactive brokers. By December 4th, 2016, it had grown to almost to over 54K. And that day, you remember 2016, the markets weren't even doing that well. This is just my stocks account, right? I invest in a bunch of assets. And you can see the markets, a bunch of my stocks are even in the negative here, right? But in general, that day alone, I made $2,000. By December 6th, the markets didn't go weren't doing that well, but it has grown to 58K. A week later, it has grown to 59K. And what's cool about this month, and the reason why I picked this month, is because December 4th is actually also the day that my husband and I took a vacation to Bora Bora, which is beautiful. And you guys really need to check it out. And my money was literally just working on its own, and my profit targets were just going through on its own because I had done everything in advance. Everything is automated. Meanwhile, in Bora Bora, we were having fun and came back December 20th. My account has grown to $60,000. This day, the P&L is $1,000. Still, I have a bunch of stocks in negative, so it's not like It's diversification, right? And then it's Christmas break, right? It's our tradition every year. We go to the ski slopes and we're having fun. We go to the jacuzzi, awesome times with family. Come back January 4th, and this is it. In only a month, my portfolio grew from 54K to 67K, making me exactly $12,673. Of course, this is just 1 month. This amount grows as my portfolio grows. Some months I do better, some months I do worse. But this time around, I actually decided to take some money out of this portfolio and actually use it. Why? It was because my husband and I were deciding to grow our family, and we wanted to buy a bigger house than we originally had planned. So I decided to, and this is the house, by the way, and by the time we got the house, I was already pregnant. You can see my pregnancy here. I took out $30,000 out of this account, and we put it to the house so that, you know, we can afford to have family over and all the good stuff. So I showed you exactly, you guys, how you can grow your accounts with a tiny $500 and actually enjoying it in your lifetime, right? Towards the things that you really need for you and your family. Secret number 3 is that, okay, this is all good, but I don't have time to do that. And I get it, you guys. You're busy, I'm busy, and I really need napping because I'm a type of person that I can't sleep consistently throughout the night. So I need to take a nap during the day. Fortunately, I work from home, and if I don't take my afternoon nap, I just cannot function as a human being. So I'm going to show you how the 1 hour per week part-time job that you can do when your kids nap, or when without even giving up your nap time, your own nap time. Because as much as money is important and having it is nice, it is just not worth it to give up family time. And this picture is actually really sweet for me. This is my mom and dad teaching my daughter, who's now born, how to walk on the beach near our home. And you guys, when the weather is nice, I try to go to the beach every single day, because there's no guarantee that we can have these moments forever. And I want to treasure each and every moment. So I'm going to tell you a story about one of our Invest Divas, Misty. And she is such a sweetheart. And a few years ago, she received an inheritance from her parents. She's been battling with Lyme disease for many years, and her healthcare doesn't cover insurance companies. So she really wanted to do something with that lump sum of money, making it grow so that she can use it towards her out-of-pocket medical expenses. So she went ahead and put all of the lump sum money in some weird asset that she had heard. And oh my gosh, so this still makes me sick when she told me. It was crazy. So she said that she lost all of that inheritance within a month. That company that she invested all her money in went bankrupt and was delisted from the stock exchange. Now she had no lump sum money, and she had to continue for her healthcare out of pocket. And as a yoga instructor and as a mom, she wasn't making all that much. She was getting a huge amount of debt. And that's when she came to me. She said, I've lost all of my money. I don't have time to be stuck to my screen all day because of my health problems. What can I do? And I told her, Misty, there is a process I can take you through. Now, at first, you need to spend some time, a little bit of time setting it up, and you need to be patient. And it does take a while. So for example, for my husband, when we first got married, I had to spend more time setting it up to understand his financial goals, understand how much he makes and how much he spends, and understand his willingness and the ability to take risk. But now it's literally just 1 hour per week, and it's not only for his portfolio, it's all of my 4 other portfolios as well. So I helped Misty, and she spent some time, took a few weekends off, stayed up a little bit later to focus on getting this stuff figured out. And she needed to be patient, something that was really struggling for her. She struggled with patience. And when she was done, she was able to set up her perfect portfolio with the process that I just showed you. And you want to see what happened? Bum, bum, bum. She was able to pay off her medical expenses. The process that she made through the Invest Diva process made it possible for her continued treatment. And this is a screenshot of what she wrote on our Facebook group page. She said, I've made lots and lots of mistakes. mostly out of impatience. But now we are very grateful that we've been able to use my hashtag DivaWin process in order to assist in paying medical care and additional expenses over the years. Thank you so much, Kiana Danial, Invest Diva, hashtag 16K DivaWin. You guys, she made $16,000 starting with almost nothing. This makes me smile and it makes me super happy. This is Tiffany. Now, she has a full-time job, but no matter how hard she worked, she wasn't able to save enough money to reach her goal of buying a condo. She got and did the exact same process, and in just 18 short months of setting the process for herself, this is what she said. Working with Investiva has helped me control my finances. With Investiva, I completely renewed my approach to spending. So now, instead of always being a consumer, I'm an investor. Following Investiva guidelines has enabled me to accomplish many of my goals, including buying a condo. Oh my gosh, right? You guys, this is what this is all about, taking control of your finances so that you can live more comfortably longer. And once you do the process, once you can then sit back and relax and let your money work for you. And I wanted to talk about my dad as well. So he lost everything in the war. We talked about it. They've been coming here. He has this huge pride, and it's been really tough for them really coming to the US and staying with us and not having the money. And finally I was like, enough is enough. I sat down with him and my older sister. We went through with some of these things, set up an investment for him. Now they can come easily and spend and really cover the expenses when they visit the US. And it's been such a blessing because, you know, I wanted them to be here when my daughter was born, and they're spending time with family, which is super, super awesome. This is Ivan. He joined, he is a salesperson, and he joined a month later after doing the process. He'd already got his first dividend payment, so he went on Facebook to celebrate his Diva win, which was awesome. Darlene, now she was a trader. She was a Forex trader. And she came in. She had lost all of her money. She wanted to give up. And she had lost all of her money. After getting the process in just 9 short months, she grew her diversified account by $10,000. She messaged me about how her husband almost fell off his chair once he saw the results. I really love seeing these stories. So you guys, I have a question for you, and I'm sure that most of you came in today to this awesome presentations with all these amazing, amazing coaches, and you stuck around to hear my presentation, which I totally appreciate, and I'm really excited that you're still here. But I know that you came in, that you wanted to make this happen, but you're a little bit curious about what I'm talking about, right? And so I want to ask you this. I just showed you why you don't need to be a math whiz or do any mathematical calculations at all in order to invest successfully. If I were to show you how you can just use some common sense and patience to find the right stuff to grow your portfolio, you're able to do this with a tiny initial investment in your free time when your kids are napping. Do you think that you can grow your money by investing? Now, you might not make $10,000 in a market crash right off the bat, just like I did when I first traded, and that's a really cool story. But what if you can do what my dad does and find out investments that pay you $30,000 per year in dividends? Would that change your life? Yeah, right? And what if you don't even do that well and you screw it up and only made an extra $500 per month? That's $6,000 passive income per year. What would you do with an extra $6,000? Pay off your student loans, your credit card debt, bills? How would that change your life? An extra $6,000 per year. That would be pretty cool, right? Now, guys, I'm going to ask you a question, and I know I've been going really fast in this webinar. I know most of you are really excited, wondering what the first step is. And so right now you're like, okay, this is super exciting, but I wonder what you're talking about. What are my financial goals even? What is my risk tolerance? How do I make that in this kind of investment strategies? And I wish I could share this with all of you right now, but I am running a gazillion things and we are running out of time. And I have a ton of commitments. I got to attend to them, but I put together this really cool program and the process that I just showed you that will take you through the whole process to get your money work for you. Now, how many of you guys want to take charge of your own finances and make passive income like that? raise your hand, put it in the air. It would be so awesome, right? Now, so I put together this program and I call it the Make Your Money Work For You Power Course because it can help you literally make your money work for you to make passive income in your sleep. Now, initially, you're going to have to spend first few months, couple of months to set things up. You're going to knock this out over the weekends or late nights until you get the initial thing figured out. And then you get it working and then it's done. So why is this a Make Your Money Work For You Power Course? Because I go over the process in 8 weeks to show you everything you need to know about how to automate this, how to create your financial plan, how to understand your risk tolerance, and how and where to set up your investment accounts, how to choose the best investment assets for your account that is suitable to you and your level of risk tolerance. It's a step-by-step, and you have perfect certainty that this process is going to help you knock it out of the park and start making your money work for you. So the first thing you're going to get is the Make Your Money Work For You 8-week power course, and its total value is at $9,997. Now, when I went to college, it cost me over $40,000, and in the end, I got a degree with no actual money. And then I got my money locked up by some money manager. And that was like literally the hidden fees, and the commission was just like a slap in the face. So for me, the value of this is a whole lot more than just $9,997. But right here, I put it at $9,997 because the process I'm going to take you through has made me thousands times more than my college education ever did. It made annual a whole bunch more than my husband's paychecks, who is an actual rocket scientist, you guys. So being conservative, I put it at $10,000, but if you put it next to a college education, it's way better, right? So the power course, I'm also going to throw in the awesome bonuses like the financial planning, simple financial planning, budgeting planner, and the time value of money. And then the second thing that you're going to need when you get stuck is, wait, so what do I invest in? Right? And I talked about how diversification is important. There are literally thousands of assets you can pick from. And there are hundreds of news channels, and financial websites who are creating a ton of market noise that I've been following and weeding out the best stuff that can take hours and hours. Now, so first, like, this was really cool for me, right? When I started working on Wall Street, and I was working actually at the New York Stock Exchange, I was super excited. I was talking to everybody, getting a ton of ideas from hundreds of people in different markets every day. And I was following every financial news channel. And I had this big $15,000 personal account I was trading. This picture I actually took at a market after party inside the New York Stock Exchange, but I was standing upstairs alone because I had nothing to celebrate. You know why? Oh, because that very day I had completely blew out my $15,000 trading account to nothing. You might be asking, how on earth did I blow out my trading account to nothing if I was surrounded by a ton of investing gurus and millions of investing ideas, right? The reason is that the majority of the stuff was just market noise. News channels are competing for clicks, so they make a massive deal out of the tiniest things, and before you know it, you're overflowed with a ton of information that is not necessarily right for your goals. And that's exactly what happened to my account. I acted on almost every news, and I bought and sell a ton of things without having an actual plan. And my investment account was being pulled over in so many different directions. That was just a mess. And the result was losing a big, fat $15,000 account. There are so many assets to invest in, and different type of stocks, different type of ETFs, options, futures, crypto, right? So that is just, you can't just go and pick random stuff and hope that it will be a winner, right? There is so much market noise going on, and you can't just trust everything you hear on the media. In fact, you can't trust many of them at all. And your picks need to be correlated to your level of risk tolerance, right? But the cool thing for you and for me is that I've been going through all the market noise and filtering the stuff I can trust, ranking them based on riskiness, and creating an instant access to all these strategies. Now, normally these filter strategies are only available to our premium investing group, also known as the PIG that I talked about before. But because the strategies are long-term, you can use them today or next week or whenever you're done with the process, and it's going to save you hours or even years of filtering through Bloomberg, Fox Business, CNBC, and Wall Street Journal, and give you the investment strategies that are going to make your dreams become a reality. And the value of this is at least $2,000. It's probably about a lot more because I spend over $2,000 per month for my subscriptions to all of these financial providers like Bloomberg Terminal, and spend hours to filter through the best stuff. So this will help you save years of stress and thousands of dollars getting more profitable investments. So these are the strategies that I use, and I keep modifying the investments based on the current financial and economic situation. So you can get a cheat sheet and use it instantly without stress. So far you're going to get is the Make Your Money Work For You 8-week power course valued at $9,997, and the Invest Divas market filter based on your risk tolerance valued at $1,998. Total value is $11,995. And if I could have sent me these two things 10 years ago when I first got started, I can't imagine how much money and time and gray hairs I would have saved. It would have saved me so much. Now, the next thing, the instant access to my current pick strategy is super awesome, but there are things that you want to, what if there are things that you want to create investment strategies on your own? And we talked about how many assets we have, and as your risk tolerance grows with your financial plan, you probably want to go on and create the strategies on your own, right? But how would you do that? What's the best price to buy and what's the price to sell? We all know that that is the art of buying low and selling high, and you probably already are familiar with this, but I'm gonna throw this in anyway. This is just exactly, for example, one of the things that I do in a more medium term is my Tesla stock. Tesla is the type of stock that keeps going up and down, and it doesn't really grow. It hasn't yet, at least, but that actually has given me the opportunity to get in and out several times over the past 3 years and buy at the lowest price, sell at the highest price within my time frame over and over again. It has made me over $14,000 Tesla stock alone. So this is called technical analysis. A lot of you guys are familiar with it, but I call it market art class, because technical analysis is really, it has nothing to do with technical, right? As long as you have an artistic eye to go to discover the patterns, you are fine. So I've put this, you're gonna see this is super cool. It's a 5-hour video course, and I've made it super easy. You're gonna love it. So here's Ivan. Actually, he got in after 3 weeks. He got to the chart art and he's like, "This chart art stuff is awesome. I think I'm getting it." One of the things I want to be able to do is pass on this knowledge to my kids. Looking forward to success. By the way, this is Sebastian studying with me. This is his 2-year-old getting my chart art class. And this was it was super funny. So far what you're going to get is my Make Your Money Work For You 8-week power course valued at $9,997. You're going to get my market filter based on your risk tolerance valued at $2,000, and the market patterns art class with the cheat sheet included, by the way, valued at $997. Total value is $12,992. Now you're gonna say, Kiana, these are cool. Chart pattern is cool. I've heard about it, but I want to automate things. How do I keep the odds in my favor? So the next thing you need to become successful is to create a strategy that can get a feeling about the future prices, right? So this is something that it can actually get pretty mathematical, but I have found an easier way to predict. And you might have heard of it, but this is called Ichimoku, right? How many guys have heard of Ichimoku? So Ichimoku, it does, if you've never heard of it, it does sound like a weird Asian food. And I don't want to throw you off with the name, but it's something that was developed by a Japanese investor. And it does all the calculations for you and adds some visual flavor to your charts that gives you signals about the future direction of the markets just by looking at it. Isn't that super cool? So I combine this with Fibonacci, and together this has helped me identify the best prices to buy and the best prices to sell in advance, and then automate the whole thing so I don't have to be stuck to my screen all day, and my account will just execute the orders later. When you first look at Ichimoku, it kind of does look like Japanese noodles. And I know it sounds like it, but it looks like it too. But once you get in and once you get to know the noodles, a chart without Ichimoku literally looks naked to me. And I got to teach Ichimoku at an investment school in Japan. And this is Yusuke, who already was a successful investor. But after starting to use Ichimoku technique, he was able to make an extra $1,000 per month on his return investment. So this, you guys, will give you an edge. And it's valued at least $1,000. And the next thing, okay, so I want to give you everything you need to be successful and to stay ahead of the crowd. And there are a ton of investors who invest in the financial markets, and sometimes, especially for shorter term traders, you have to beat the markets, right? Of course, not physically with a trade. So how can you stay ahead of the crowd? There is something really interesting about the financial markets, and that is that the majority of the trading crowd is normally wrong, right? Don't you agree? Most people are losing money. So what if you can go against the crowd? What if you knew what the rest of the markets and investors and market participants are doing so that you can go against them and do the exact opposite of what they're doing? And the cool thing is that you can, and I'm going to give you the market sentiment tracker that will help you easily track the market sentiment and beat the ones who are making mistakes. So you will have an edge again. This is Nicole. She got in with her husband as newlyweds, and she said, my husband and I just bought our new home thanks to you. We didn't even finish the old training, all of the training in Power Course, but just by finishing the first few modules, we've been able to increase our wealth by 11%. Thank you so much, Kiana. God bless you and your family. You guys, she didn't even finish the training. So I'm going above and beyond with everything, and I want to make you, I want you to have everything. So far what you're getting is the Make Your Money Work for You 8-week power course valued at $10,000. You're going to get my market filter based on your risk tolerance, valued at $2,000. You're going to get the market patterns art class, valued at $1,000. You're going to get Ichimoku Secrets, another $995. You're going to get the market sentiment tracker, valued at $980. The total value is $14,967. Okay, so I was putting this together. I was like, what else do you need to be successful? And this one makes me smile, and is our private Facebook group where I get to come in and answer your questions. This group is so supportive, so awesome. This is just worth the world to me. I'm not kidding. If you get stuck, if you have questions, if you want to see examples of how to get things set up, this group is where it's at. I come in throughout the week and answer your questions and help you to your goals. We also have support staff that will come in and help you to answer your goals too. I do not want you to ever feel stuck. So that's why we provide this Facebook community where we can help you along your journey of making your money work for you. Now, these are super valuable, each and every one of these on their own, to get you to your goals of financial freedom, making passive income, and growing your wealth. You've already got access to a ton of things, but what else do you need? How about knowing what I'm investing at any given time and why I'm investing in those things? I'm talking about knowing exactly how I'm using the chart art, the Ichimoku, the market sentiment, and what I'm doing with my own portfolio, and how I am making my money work for me each and every week. And this is literally one of my favorite things to do each and every week. I actually broadcast my 1 hour per week market analysis that I do for my own portfolios and share it with our premium investing group or the PIG members. I go live every week on Tuesday, share the views. You get to ask your questions, take notes, and copy the stuff that I'm doing. Isn't this super awesome? So this way you get to know exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and see if this makes sense for your portfolio as well. So the reason why, this is funny, Premium Investing Group, right? This stands for PIG. I didn't realize this up until really recently. We've been having Premium Investing Group for 4 years. I didn't realize that. So in the PIG, I invest in a bunch of stuff. So the first thing you're going to get is the weekly live webinars. It's valued at least $1,200 per month, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because, you guys, companies fly me out to different countries on first class and give me a big, huge check of tens of thousands of dollars to talk about the markets and my investment strategies to their people for just 1 hour. In the past 3 months alone, different financial organizations have flown me to over 7 cities around the world to talk about the markets, and I've made thousands of dollars doing that. But if you act fast today, you're going to get this every single week for the 3 whole months for free. What? So you're going to get my weekly live webinars. You're going to get all of my strategies for stocks, ETFs, and crypto, and Forex for 3 months. The total value of this, you guys, is $7,164 at bare minimum. This is Jay Norris, who says Kiana's market analysis is awesome. I'm not going to read this. We don't have time. And by joining the PIG, you are going to get rid of all the subscriptions. You're gonna be able to cancel your subscription to Wall Street Journal, to Bloomberg Terminal, to Benzinga, and you're gonna get rid of and fire your money manager and the market noise. That is going to at least save you $2,000 per month, because I go through everything and give you what you need. I am subscribed to all these, you guys. So you come in, you become a member, and official member of the Invest Diva Club. Why? Because we make this happen, and you can become an Invest Diva or Divo. And you join the Market Money Work for You Power course. We help you get your first dollar, and hashtag, we call it Diva Win. And you see that shirt over there? When you type in hashtag Diva Win in the Facebook group, you get a very special package at your door, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You might be able to figure it out. And then you're going to become a 1K Diva, a 10K Diva, a 50K Diva, and a 100K Diva. I seriously love the PIG so much, because it's a community that is going to help you grow, just like Misty did, starting from 0, getting to 16K Diva Win. So guys, what you're going to get today is the 8-week power course, valued at $9,997. You're going to get my market filter, valued at $2,000. You're going to get the chart art class, valued at $1,000. You're going to get Ichimoku Secrets at $995. You're going to get market sentiment tracker at $980, and the premium investing group, or the PIG, valued at $7,164, $22,000 of value. And you guys, when I work with you in the Market Making Money Work for You Power course, I don't have this massive mess, like a mental throw-up information about investing. We have everything neatly structured to give people the best possible chance to actually create a result. Now, do you want results or random information? You want results, right? And this is Mike, who says, our investment in Kiana has paid for itself many times over. Thank you, Kiana. Now, this power course, you guys, is gonna make you, make your money work for you and your family, create passive income with only a few hours per week for 8 weeks. You set it up, and then you're done, right? So the question is that I'm obviously not going to charge you $22,000 today, right? But the question is that if I did charge you $22,000, and if all it did was to finally get you an investment strategy that was profitable, and you put in $1 and you get $2 out, would it be worth the investment? If all it did was to give you an understanding about your financial situation and help you create an actionable financial plan without being stuck to your screen all the time, would it be worth it? So you can spend more quality time with your kids and family and splurge more on things that matter to you, like taking family vacations, while your money is generating more money for you? Would it be worth $22,000? I know I would invest a lot more than this for my kids and family's future, right? If I did charge you $22,000 and it helped you retire comfortably and live your dream life, would it be worth it? If it gave you the ability to stop your losing trades and turning them into winning investments, would it be worth it? Yeah, right? So when I was putting this together, I had 2 choices. I obviously couldn't give this for free to everyone. And I've actually found out that when I give stuff for free, people don't put the value on it. And I know it breaks my heart, and it sucks that when I give people free, they're not doing anything, but those who've paid, they're rocking it. But I do want to charge, I'm not going to charge you a bunch of money, but I do want to charge you what it's worth. So I had two options: to give it away for free and hope people will use it, or option number two, have an actionability system where the Make Your Money Work For You Power Course is set up and gets your time and effort to make sure you have all the support information you need to be successful. So because of that, I'm going to charge, but it's not a lot. In fact, I'm not going to charge you the almost $22,000, well, above $22,000 right here. I'm going to give you a 95% discount. Yay! How many of you guys want a 95% discount? Everybody, right? All right, so this is going to be available right now. I'm going to cross this out. Instead of paying over $22,000, you guys can get started today with only one payment of $997. So you got to go act fast to learn.investiva.com/go. Now, first, when you guys see this, it may sound like a lot, and I totally get it, but I've also got something really cool. I've set it up and built it. Let me actually, can I copy this in the chat box? So when I was putting this together, where is the chat box? I don't know, we're gonna put this in somewhere. So I've put this together, and the cool thing is that when you get in, this is actually literally going to pay for itself over time. So when you go to learn.investiva.com/go, you get in, you get signed up, get started right now, and it's a little bit of an investment on your end, but it will enable you to get in and create a financial plan and understand your risk tolerance and understand all there is about the markets and start investing, and then sit back and relax and let your money pay this thing off over and over again. It's cool, right? It's really, really, really cool. Yeah, I don't know. I cannot share the link for you guys here, but so we talked about diversification, and I did want to give you a little bit more tools that you can use for more diversification, because I only cover stocks, crypto, and Forex and ETFs. So I'm also going to throw in today as a bonus, the options and futures course that is taught by my friend and hedge fund manager, Jim Henderson, so that if you feel the need to go and diversify out of these assets, you have the option. This is valued at $1,094, and you're going to get it for free today. And I'm going to give you another thing. What else do you need to be successful and financially free? And this is today only for the people who are here. And that is going to be a personal guidance, because you've got the Power Course training, you've got my premium investing group strategies, and you've got the power to diversify. But what in the world is better than someone to personally show you the way? Oh my God, you guys, the difference between having someone show you the things on a one-on-one basis and not having it is like night and day. And I wish I had the personal guidance with someone who truly understood me. It would have saved me a ton of mistakes. So much time wasted on figuring things out on my own. So I'm going to give you a 45-minute private consultation with myself. But this is only going to be available if you get in by midnight tonight. This one actually as well as the options one. So you want the education. So this is another one of our students, Scarlett, who she calls me professor. She calls me Professor Kiana. She says, thank you so much for everything you have done for us at the Power Course. You are the most noble professional patient and definitely the most responsible professor. I've had such an honor to meet and take your class. Thank you for guiding my financial health in the right direction and putting your heart in it. And I do, you guys. When you get in, you'll see how much time I spend on this to helping you guys, because it really changed my life and I want to change your life too. This is Rupesh. He said, I joined in 2017 and Oh, he doesn't say that. This is on 2017. So it says that the Power Course is truly empowering. That enables me making good investment decisions. Thanks a bunch, Kiana. So what are you, so you guys, you have to really realize that all this that you're going to get, this is not a cost. This is an investment. And as soon as you put down this first investment and get into the system, it is going to start growing and paying back like a machine, you guys. So I'm going to share some screenshots with some of our members who have written stuff on our Facebook group about the peak and the Power Course. And then I'm going to answer some questions and then we'll be done. I have like 1 minute. This is Missy who says, okay, I'm just going to flash through this. You can actually see all of this on Facebook if you want to go to. We have a bunch of reviews. Just type in on Google Investiva reviews and you'll see what all this is. So I guess I really do have 1 minute over here. And I wanted to thank you guys for joining. Oh, I do have another bonus, you guys. I forgot. I'm throwing in a mastermind with Rick. Rick is just super awesome. He talks about trader psychology, and he has this 5 key elements of successful trader psychology. He had one day for our members. I'm going to throw that in, and these are some other screenshots about Arif and Tiffany and Anna and all these people who have been making a ton of money. And one of the questions that I get a lot, and I do want to just address this and we'll call it a day, but you have to go to learn.investiva.com/go to get started, you guys, if you want all the bonuses. But the question that I get a lot is that why are you teaching your secrets and why don't you set up a hedge fund and manage people's money? And yes, you could think that this is a competition. If you become financially independent, then I, as a financial planner, as an investor, won't make as much money. But I honestly don't believe that if you become independent, then I won't make money. Even if you use my secrets and go and start your own hedge fund, that really wouldn't take away from my ability to make money by investing. I don't think it's a competition. And there's just so much space and so many market participants in the markets that the markets are so deep. So that's not a competition. And if I wanted to turn Investiva into a hedge fund, then I wouldn't be able to serve people who want to invest less than $25 million, right? Even if you had $25 million to invest, I still think it's in your best interest to invest that money on your own instead of locking your money up in a hedge fund and have the money manager invest in assets that only serves him and his commission fees. Your risk tolerance is different than mine. So the stuff you should be investing in and the amounts you'll be investing in and the timing could be totally different than mine. Remember, we're creating an investment strategy that is unique to you and nobody else. This is not going to be a one-size-fits-all training. Quite the contrary. And it's going to help you get an understanding of where you stand today, where you want to go, and how to get there. And in my Robinhood account, the other day I made $7,000 in one stock. When the markets rally, it was great, but the PIG members had the exact same access to the strategies. And if it made sense to them, they invested in that Tesla, made money on their own, probably even made a lot more money than I did, and had the option to use the profit right away instead of locking it in my hedge fund, right? And as much as locking your money in my hedge fund could be great for me and it will be amazing, but as someone who has actually been burnt by money managers, what fulfills me more is when I see my Investivas post their diva wins, when they celebrate it. I got an email from Andy the other day, and he said, Kiana, I can't thank you enough for giving me the chance to make a difference one day at a time and for being my bombshell for inspiration and motivation. At the time, I had never been so down in my life. So that, you guys, is life-changing for me, and it fulfills me more so than keeping these secrets to myself. I've been an investor for almost a decade now, and I do believe in fulfilling the purpose of my life. And who's behind our creation, call it God, call it the universe, call it your bigger self, I believe that that has given me this journey because it knew that I will share it. And you'll see when you go through my stuff that I'm super transparent with everything, like just ask away. I am here to help you. So you guys, this is it. Thank you so much, Anka, for having this presentation and all the other speakers. Go to learn.investiva.com/go, and I really hope to see you on the other side. Bye, you guys.
Thank you so much, Kiana, for accepting our invitation. It was a very informative presentation. David